Hello, everybody. Welcome to Watch What Crappens. I'm Ronnie. That's Ben over there. Hello, Ben. How you doing, you
Hi,
sick
Ronnie.
little man?
I'm doing okay, thanks. How are you doing?
Good. Got the sniffles and the snorts over there.
Yeah, it's a nice little gift from my brother from when I went to New York last week.
That bastard. We're
Little
switching
parting
off
gift.
weeks. Yeah, so if you hear some... Jax is not a part of this podcast today. Just
Yes,
been
that's
feeling
correct.
under the weathers. Well, thanks for showing up anyway. You're a real trooper.
Oh well, listen, it's just a little stuffy nose, no big deal. It's not like when you had strep throat and we're showing up. So you're the real hero here.
Oh, that's right. Never forget.
Mhm.
Just kidding. Welcome everybody to the show today. It's another Jesse is a douche filled episode of Summerhausen. But we do learn about a new kind of porn today, so that's fun. But before we get
Yeah.
into that, guess what? We
What?
have live shows coming up. The end of our tours coming up in
Yeah.
May. We're going to be in doing 2 shows in Texas, rather. We're going to be in Austin and Dallas. And then we're going to Vegas. Go get your tickets and ticket links and all that good stuff at watchwhatcrappens.com. That's also where you'll find links to our Patreon, which is where you get video recaps of all of our shows and bonus episodes. This week we did a trailer trash of Next Gen NYC, the new youthful glowy show on Bravo coming up. Lots of other stuff we'll do Below Deck next week because they had a pretty good preview drop yesterday or the day before. So we'll be back there. But today is Summerhausen. Nice full day of
Summerhausen.
Summerhausen. Get Lexi finally standing up for herself. Kind of in a weird way, even though she didn't really stay on track with that argument. But we'll get to that as well. It was a pretty good one. How do you feel, Ben?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I was actually proud of Lexi. I feel like Lexi has been kind of a one-dimensional entity on this season so far. She's sort of come in and she's just been kind of giggly, and she tries to give us some insight into her life as a model, and she loves her sister. And she's been kind of one note. She just sort of is there and likes Jesse. But this is the first episode where she seemed like that there was like some more layers to her. And I liked that she kind of flipped the narrative on Jesse and was like, oh, no, you're painting me like I'm the crazy one. I'm not crazy. I'm the one who actually has like 1 million followers on Instagram. I'm not sweating over you. You're sweating over me. I'm not the jealous one here. Like people are always in my DMs trying to get with me, and you're trying to make it seem like I'm desperate to be with you. It doesn't work that way. I was like, you know what? She didn't say that, but that was like what I put onto her. And I liked it. I
would have liked it more had she said that, because when I say she kind of lost the lead in that argument. That's what the argument should have been. But instead it was like, but you've been flirting with people too much. I was like, did you not hear what Amanda just said? Go back there and listen to what she just said again. And then come back to Jesse, because I need you to tell him off proper now. Okay. He deserves it. And I need it properly done. Okay. Don't make me show up there myself, because I'll do it. You know, I will. It will be in a white van, but I'll do it. So, we got it from her. So that was pretty good. And it was a game of telephone. It's like classic Summer House. Amanda hears one thing, but then repeats words differently.
Yeah.
She kept like trying to brand
awesome.
yellow flag as if somebody else said it. You were the one that said it, man. We have it in your thing, which is not a big deal. It's just a good old fun game of a telephone. Summerhausen telephoning.
Yeah. It was a good episode. So we start off with everyone showing up to the house. Kyle and Amanda are there first, so he's really happy about that. And West and Jesse are in the car. They're driving together, and Jesse's like, dude, last weekend was a big weekend for you, West. I mean, you said goodbye to Sierra, Beast, and she like said goodbye back without even smacking your hands away, Beast. Like, that's pretty cool, Beast.
Yeah, and West is still showing up wearing little bandanas. It needs to stop. Okay? Your tinted glasses and your bandanas, stop it. Okay? You're forever not 21 anymore. It just needs to be said. Please.
Yeah.
So then they're in the car and they're both cheering for each other. And Jesse is like, my boy's back. Yeah, maybe she'll say hi when you come in today, bro. So he's like, so what's up, Jasper's mom?
Which I didn't really
That's
get
a cat.
that. I don't know. Oh, Jasper's mom. Yeah, maybe that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And Jesse's like, yeah, she's a MILF. Oh, wait, I'm not allowed to say that anymore, actually, because Lex is just like, you should want to change your behavior to protect us. And I'm like, that makes sense. I don't think she's saying you need to change your behavior to protect us. She's just saying, could you please stop like perving out on other people's Instagram?
Yeah. The biggest twister of every truth today is Jesse. He has no problem just lying over and over again. It's actually getting kind of funny because I'm wondering, like, does he really think that things were said that way? Nobody told you to protect the relationship. She said to stop flirting with every fucking person with boobies, sir.
Yeah.
So West is like, I mean, I guess that makes sense. And he goes, yeah, I guess it's called growing up. West is like, growing up, never heard of her. So then Jesse talks about how many concessions he's made. And he's worked so hard to make this work. Like, he told one of his best girlfriends to stop touching my arm, okay? I'm unfollowing hot girls on Instagram. I'm basically masturbating to my own imagination. So, I mean, what more do you want from me?
Wow. I mean, this guy's, he's truly a martyr. I mean, I know that we're trying to fill a vacancy over at the Vatican. I don't know. Has someone considered Jesse Solomon? I know it's a different religion, but this guy's essentially a saint for what he's doing, as far as I can tell.
Yeah. And I think I need to point out here at the beginning, the argument was never Sierra is flirting with you. I need Sierra to stop flirting with you. The argument was you were flirting with Sierra. So it doesn't matter that you asked Sierra to stop touching your arm, because that wasn't the point, sir.
Yeah, precisely.
Because he brings it up over and over, like he's done this heroic thing by asking somebody to stop touching his arm. Sierra wasn't the problem, sir.
Yeah.
So now they're talking about Carl, and then we see Carl. He's there.
Yeah.
And Carl's like,
Carl.
Carl's like, hey, beasts. Hey, youthful beast, which I'm also a beastie youthful member of said clan of youthful beasts.
It's like, you excited for the weekend, Carl? I was like, yeah, feeling good. We have a guest this weekend. She loves magic, and I met her parents at a youth basketball game. Oh man, you got another girl? Oh wait, sorry, I've mixed up my weekends. It's actually me, Tom Schwartz.
Tom Schwartz, who has a new podcast. Did you see that? It's called
Detox Retox.
And people are confused about the name of Detox and Retox, but it's because on Vanderpump Rules, he went through a detox and then drank. And then he was like, Detox, Retox. And he doesn't have very many iconic things, so I guess that's what he chose. So in case I'm the only person who remembers that, I was like, wow, there's that not very memorable thing that Tom Schwartz said that time. I guess let's build an empire off of it.
Yeah. Wow. Well, good for him. I'm excited to see this endeavor last a few episodes before kind of petering out like everything else he's done.
Oh, yeah. So, well, Katie's in his first one.
Oh, so well, good to see he's branching out on his own.
Apparently, he keeps saying that he and Katie are separated, and she had to keep reminding him that they are in fact divorced. So. Well,
I guess this explains why we're seeing Tom Schwartz all over Bravo this week, because we have him on Summer House and The Valley. So clearly, just a publicity storm for to announce this new podcast. So that's, we should have known. We should have known that there was no accident that we saw Tom Schwartz on two different shows.
Yeah, danger. Oh, by the way, speaking of danger, I do look kind of like I was beat up today. Do you notice my eyes are bruised?
No, I don't.
There's a bruise here, and then there's another one over here. I put very bright lights on.
Yes, Did you by myself. What happened?
I got these stupid little things off of Facebook. Look, I know you're not supposed to order shit like this on the Facebook, but I can't help it. I don't even know why I'm on Facebook. I'm like 83, okay? I go on there to read our groups, and then I always get served these ads, and I inevitably buy whatever they're trying to sell me. Because it's like, oh, you can get rid of your under eyes. And I'm like, I'm Lebanese. Send it over, I feel like I should get a discount. So they sent it over. It's these two little machines that you put on your under eye things, and then they shock the shit out of your under eye, and they like put electrical pulses into it and red light and all this stuff.
What
and it hurt like a bit. What's that?
What could go wrong?
Yeah. And so I'm like, nameless company from China selling electricity directly into my eyes. Sounds fun. Yeah. So I ordered it, put them on. It felt like I was being tortured. it was like that. I mean, it hurt like a bitch, but I was like, hey, no pain, no gain. And then I took them off and the bruising actually went down, but I looked like I got my ass kicked. And then I looked at the directions because, that's when I look at directions.
You didn't.
After I shocked myself to
You applied something to your eyes before looking at the directions. Okay, go on.
Well, it hurt, but I thought, well, maybe it'll get rid of the floaters. That's what I was thinking, because I have floaters. So it didn't work. I was like, electrocute the floaters out. That didn't work. Instead, I got bruised eyes. And so I read the instructions afterwards, and it said I'm supposed to be using these gel pads under them. So there you go. But anyway, that's why I look like I've gotten my ass kicked. No member of the Valley has found me yet.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're safe and sound. I'm glad you were not actually the victim of any sort of hate crime. You were just the victim of a Facebook product.
It was self-hate. It was a self-hate crime. Okay.
That's good.
I was like, I hate my under eyes. I'm going to beat him up.
It's not as big of a self-hate crime as it would be listening to Tom Schwartz's podcast.
God, I should have done that at the same time. Just gotten it all out of the way.
I'm so mean. It's probably a perfectly nice podcast. He probably just gets on there and ambles about just rambles about a root beer he had and how he went to the Ralph's on Vineland and Ventura and saw something on sale, by the deli stand. It's probably totally benign. And I'm being so mean because I'm under, because I got sniffles. So I think when you have sniffles, you have the right to be a little more crankier than usual. And so therefore I pulled this.
You don't need to ask for the right. You're a podcast host yourself. You can talk about grocery store sales, beating your own eyes up, whatever the fuck you want. Go ahead. All right. Yeah. So Kyle is in the kitchen now, and Amanda's on her phone, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Looking at the pictures of my dick that I've curated." That's funny.
And then Carl walks in and hugs Amanda. I was like, "Hey, you look pretty. Hey, you want to try something out? As long as I'm hugging you, you want to try hugging me a little bit harder? Harder, Amanda. It's not as good as a Hubbard hug, but pretty good.
I'm really growing. I'm really growing into hard hugs now. Branched out. Be less soft. Yeah. So Amanda is a businesswoman now, and we know this because she's wearing 70s glasses. She's like, I'm a business person. It's like, yep, I can tell. You've got the glasses. All of us do that when we're being businesslike. We get kind of prescription free sunglasses from the kiosk and we make it work. But she made her big boob swimsuit line a thing. And she's like, I announced my swim line on social this week. My first bathing suit is the guacamole. It's just 2 avocado shells tied together with a string. It's selling pretty well, actually.
Yeah. It's called Amanda Batula Swim, and people like it. So anyway, she launched her bathing suits, so that's going well. And then here comes Schwartz arriving up the driveway, truly like a puppy dog. His head is hanging out the window as if he's never arrived anywhere before. He's feeling the breeze in his face. Oh, wow, I'm here. So, whoa, wow, it actually came to me. Wow, you're here. This is amazing. Wow, come on
in. Here he is. He's like, wow, can I just bring stuff in for a sec? Oh, wow, this is so special for me, guys. I don't want to get emotional here, but I'm not secretly divorced this time. I'm not mired in controversy. My butthole isn't hurting. So that's good. Not bleeding from any of my buttholes. I forgot when they visited with the cast of Vanderpump Rules that he started bleeding from his butthole and had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, I forgot that entirely.
Wasn't that your podcast? And all the storylines that you could have brought up, you brought up retox, detox. No. Bring up bleeding from my butthole.
Yeah. Yeah. Say they call it the very anal podcast. Or I don't know. You can just call it that. So
no, you're too clever. I say just call it bleeding from my butthole.
Bleeding from my butthole, the podcast. So Tom's like, yeah, this is great. I'm not divorcing. I'm not secretly divorcing, and I'm not bleeding from any holes. I can just be here and enjoy myself. So they're like, yeah, cheers, bro. So then Gabby and Lindsay and Lexi show off, and Tom introduces himself, and he's like, oh, hi. Oh, my God, Lindsay, you're pregnant. That's why. I was like, hi, Schwartzy. It's a lot of hellos, highs, hello.
Yeah, and then Sierra comes. Hi, more highs.
Hi,
And
hi,
then
hi,
the
hi,
boys
hi.
come. Jesse and West come. And guess what they do? They're like, hi, 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 hi,
Hi, hi,
hi,
hi,
hi,
hi, hi,
hi,
hi,
hi,
hi,
hi,
hi,
hi,
hi,
hi.
hi, 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 hi. It was a lot this episode, and
It
it's a
was.
lot. I'm
Yeah.
reading a lot of hellos right now.
Yeah, so
Hi, hi,
then
hi, hi,
some
hi, hi, hi.
then some
Sorry.
hellos to Tom, and Tom's like, I was just telling everybody I only saw 2 people on the drive here, I thought I saw you, West and you. Was that you? It was like, I don't know. One of you was in it's one of you's in tinted glasses and a scarf. So must have been you. That was really good. It was very Thelma and Louise of you. Like, yeah, Schwartzy, brah, peace deep, Schwartzy, brah. So then Sierra fist bumps
Well, Jesse goes in for a hug. He's like, hey, Sierra. He tries to go in for a hug, and she's like, nope. And she says, we can fist bump. And he's like, what? He's all sad. His smile's turned upside down into a frown. And she says, like, you know what? You told me not to touch you, so make it make sense, because I'm going to swerve you too, which I like. I like when Sierra gets into this mode and she just tortures a guy. She's been doing it to West all season, but it's nice to see her doing it to Jesse too.
So now they're finally bringing in boxes, and it turns out they are Amazon presents a snooze fest. Sierra, Paige, and Amanda are going to throw a party, and it's going to be a snooze fest where everybody has a bed to sleep on outside, which sounds like heaven. I would actually go to parties if this was actually a thing.
Yeah, this is actually one of their most impressive parties, just in terms of like the sheer amount of like design that goes into it. Like, significantly better than that pirate party, because like, yes, the pirate party did have like a boat, but the boat was just purchased. It was just rented. Like, the boat came in, and then all Carl did was put out like a blue tarp, and that was like, hey, almost like the ocean. But here they actually like built beds out of trampolines, and they made bows, and they made it look really nice. And I give this one an A+.
Yeah, they required a lot of creativity, this one, and had to build stuff. It was like Drag Race, but for, average, kind of boring straight people. This is what straight people would do with Drag Race. They're like, let's make dream catchers.
Yeah, exactly. Oversized dream catchers and giant bows in the foyer for some reason. So then, so basically the girls are going to stay home and do crafts, and the guys can go out and have boys' night. Hey, Friday nights for the boys.
Yeah, so Schwartz is going to be sleeping in Emerald's room, and they're like, you might want to wear a condom in there. And West is like, yeah, you're going to hear people talking to you when you wake up at 2:30. Like, and you're just going to turn to them and say, do you guys think Sierra's still mad at me? Toegate. Let's talk about Toegate. And so Tom asks what Toegate is, and they're like, no, let's not talk about it in front of girls, bro. Take everything so personally. So they go up and show him his room, and then Carl's like, okay, let's read out Toegate. Okay, so like he's chilling, he's with 2 girls in bed, listening to sweet beats from the Send It Club downstairs, and you just like, what do? You come in and you hop in the bed? Like, what the fuck, bro?
This is actually worse to me than I actually envisioned it, because in my mind, I thought Emerald was with 2 girls in this bed, and Jesse pulled up like a chair and had his like foot on the bed, but he shows that he actually got onto the bed and had his foot up by the pillows, which, by the way, don't put your feet by the pillows first and foremost, but he had his foot up by the pillows, which is where their heads were. So like, you were actually on the bed too. I just think this is not right. This is not right. If you're trying to sell, monogamy and exclusivity to this girl, and then you do this, I think this is an infraction, I would say.
Yeah, I'm so tired of Toegate. I'm so glad that it's coming to a head. Wink. So he's like, yeah, they're laying this way, I was laying that way, my foot was up by their head, and then so Emerald said, suck his toe, and I was like, sure, yeah, suck my toe, which we didn't hear Emerald said that, we just heard you say, suck my toe, and then he gets his toe sucked, and Tom's like, was it a prolonged toe suck, or just like a kiss, or what kind of toe suck was it? He's like, no, it's just a little. He's like, was she deep throating your toe? How long is his toe, Tom?
Yeah, probably pretty long, actually. So Jesse's like, yeah, I didn't even bring it up to Lexi because it was just like a drunken joke. Yeah, it sounds silly. Yeah, my motto is, when you're in a relationship, don't bring up anything to your girlfriend. So Jesse's like, yeah. And
I would have just said I was lost in Mexico. But, we
Yeah.
each do it our own ways, I guess. He's like, yeah, but it actually got brought up to her at a kickball game, which is just like so ridiculous. And he's like, so I'm going to be a good boy tonight, all right? Boys are going to have fun. It's all about boys. Tonight we're going to deliver Carl's cock, all right? We're going to deliver Carl's cock to the masses.
But deliver it in a mindful way, in a functional way. So then,
in a soft way. Thank you.
Yeah, soft. It's soft, but it's
Carl's
mindful.
cock. Soft.
It's soft. It's like trying to figure out itself.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
So now the boys are carrying up all the bags and everything, and the bags go in different places, and the girls are just doing arts and crafts right there in the foyer. I'm like, you guys have a whole mansion. Could you like move out of the way from the door, please? I mean, I appreciate what you're doing, but this is not the right place to do it.
Lexi actually hugs Jesse in that way where she goes up to him and she puts his arms up around his neck because he's like a giraffe. And then she just gets up to him and just stares deeply into his eyes. Just go, I don't know, isn't there like a park to go to? Can you just go to a park? It's so annoying. It's like when
he's not going to Iraq. Yeah. It's like he's going to dinner.
Yeah. You just stop it. So now the boys go to dinner and they order shots because they're boys. That's what boys do. And then the girls are ordering Uber Eats. What else? And they're singing Girl Dinner. And
girl dinner, girl dinner. Girl dinner,
girl dinner.
So sad that Paige can't be here for girl dinner.
Yeah, she needs a moment, guys. Paige needs a moment. She's taking a moment away from girls' dinner. So then Amanda's like, so Lexi, did Jesse make it official with you? Like you said that you guys are exclusive, but does that mean you're boyfriend and girlfriend? And Gabby's like, boyfriend and girlfriend is different than being exclusive. I looked it up on TikTok.
Lindsay's like, oh, you're how millennial of you. And Lexi's like, yeah, the other day, like we were like standing in the kitchen and he's like, look, there's really no difference. So like, you're like my girlfriend. But also I feel like there has to be like, I don't know, like a transition time, like, because like we're still getting to know each other because we've known each other for about 72 hours. So I don't know.
I'm like, I know that I like him, but I'm just not really sure how comfortable he's going to be in bed with my mom and my sister and me. So, like, there's still hurdles.
I'm just not sure if he's comfortable yet with the idea that he will be wearing lip liner around my house.
I'm not really ready to be with a guy who's not contouring yet.
So now the bros are talking. And Jesse's asking Carl how his drive to Sierra was to Montauk last week. He's like, oh, it was good. And Jesse's like, hey, so no OTPHJs, which means over the pants handy. And Carl's like, I don't really know what that acronym means, but what I would like to do is like write a business proposal and I will get it back to you in 3 to 4 months saying what I would like to do to decipher that acronym. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, you're saying oft, Jays? Because that's close to soft. No, it stands for over the pants handy, bro. Oh, no, none of that. We're just catching up. I mean, obviously she's gorgeous and I really like talking and opening up to her. And so Jesse's like, yeah, guys, about Sierra, so we were at this event, cancer event, and Sierra's, making jokes with me. And she's like, she kept grabbing my arm and going like, oh, yeah, grabbing. I was like, no, she did not keep grabbing your arm, sir.
No.
And then, so just as a joke, I said, whoa, don't touch my arm, just like it's a little boundary. It's like a jokey boundary, tiny jokey boundary, how it goes. And when I showed up today, I like tried to give her a hug and she was like, no, I'm like blocked my hug. So like, what the hell?
Well, it wasn't a jokey boundary because she literally said, are you serious? And you were like, yeah, which means that's not like by definition, that's not a joke. So, he's all sad. He's sad he can't have his cake and eat it too. And he's like, people just say that to Lexi. And then Lexi was like upset. I was like, people are getting in the way. I was like, well, so Sierra didn't say that. Other people said that. Do you think that's like how you put it up in the moment at the event? He's like, I'm just trying to respect Lexi, but I really don't know what to do. I'm just the innocent guy here.
I'm just a boy.
Just a boy.
Yeah, I think this just exploded in his face because he was doing that thing like, Lexi's crazy, right? I can't even touch your arm. But then it kind of went back in his face in a way he didn't intend. He was just trying to further his, Lexi's crazy. She's so jealous we can't even flirt anymore. Isn't she nuts? But instead, Sierra was like, no, fuck you. And so, his narrative has been interrupted. Narrative, interrupted, starring Angelina Jolie and Winona Ryder.
Hey, let's play a game. When was the last time everyone here had sex? And Wes is like, that's the stupidest game ever. Okay, here's a question. What's the weirdest niche porn category you've ever found yourself gravitating towards? And Jesse's like, I love massage porn. And Tom's like, oh, that's pretty PG-13, which means it's way too old for me to watch. I'm a little boy.
Last PG-13 thing I jerked off to was The Goonies. Is that weird? Does that count? I still can't see a Baby Ruth without getting hard.
So then Carl's like, well, I had a thing where I just searched 10 lines because I like 10 line porn. And they all just stare at him. Porn? I didn't even know that was a thing. Tan line, is that where the girls are naked but have tan lines?
I guess, yeah. I mean, it's like farmer's tan, like when, I don't know, you're wearing a bikini all the time and so your boobies are white, but the rest of you is tanned, I guess. I guess that's a thing. I feel like straight people just have so many options for well,
there
kinks.
Is a whole, I definitely just did a search for tan line porn and I definitely, so many naked women, huh? I'm gay, internet.
Yeah, because that's not a gay thing, right? Tan line porn. I feel like that's a straight thing. Do you think that there's gay tan line porn? I don't think there is.
There, maybe. I don't know. I mean, there's really something there's really everything. Gay tan line porn. Let's see what shows up.
Let's see if there's gay tan line porn.
Gay tan line porn. It's. I don't see. I think it's very vintage. It's very 1984.
Well, this is just natural porn, right?
Right, because it was just but it is kind of it does kind of remind me of the era of International Mail and everything, where everyone was just super tan, but then they would have these tan lines. So I feel like maybe what Carl is into is stuff that reminds him of the 90s, the 80s, and the 90s, right?
Well, here's what I searched: gay tan line porn, and here's what I got: Pornhub. Dear user, as you may know, your elected officials in Texas are requiring us to verify your age before allowing you access to our. I mean, for fuck's sake, we can't even jerk off anymore in Texas. God, bring in the goats.
Just want to look at some tan line porn.
Jeez, so what's a problem with that? You idiots! You charge so much in property taxes, and I can't jerk off to tan lines. Oh, piss off!
Seriously, I love a good tan line. You know what I love? You know what I love about a tan line? It means that someone was out in the sun, but they stayed clothed. Hot.
I'm really against spray tans because they're not made mindfully. There are so many preservatives, I'm developing a mushroom based spray tan. It's a little dirty at the moment, but we're working on that. So.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with a tan line is that the better the tan line, the harder the contrast, and I just want a soft contrast, so it's a difficult thing for me.
So they're all super awkward. They're just staring at him really? This is this is your thing? And West is yeah, it's so funny because tan line porn, I mean, that's so innocent. It's just so Carl. I mean, I'm into I don't know. And then they just censor all of the things that he lists that he's into. And it tracks. Without knowing what he's saying, it all tracks that he's into weird, because he's into hentai porn or Homer Simpson fucking Barney Rubble while Wilma watches.
Right.
He's into that
cartoon porn shit. Mm-hmm. Cartoon porn is real weird. That's real weird because you can type in any you choose any cartoon character and someone has made a porno done done a drawing of that cartoon character having sex. If you Launchpad McQuack, definitely having sex somewhere on the internet.
Do you think there's a lot of SpongeBob anal out there?
Oh, I'm sure. Well, SpongeBob is already kind of gay as it is. Let's see, SpongeBob anal.
Anal
porn, I guess. SpongeBob anal porn. Yeah, it's there's a picture here of what's his face? Is it what's the name of the guy? The silly one? Roger? Not Roger.
I don't watch SpongeBob. I've always been above SpongeBob. Thank you. I've always had taste.
there's a whole variety of SpongeBob getting it and also giving it, I have to say.
Yeah, you know how they have the GIFs on the side, the ads that are like GIFs, they're moving or whatever. One time years ago, I saw for the first time I'd ever seen it. I was just scrolling and it was like Barney Rubble getting fucked by Fred Flintstone. And I'm still not okay. I still can't watch that cartoon and not think of him bottoming for Fred. Not that it's not like bottom shame or anything. I'm just like, gross. I don't need to see that. It's like when your friends tell you too much of their sex lives. And I'm like, can we even have dinner together anymore? Because I don't want to think of you, I don't know, like getting bukkakied or whatever you did last. Like, I don't need to know everything. Things I have to say. Know Barney Rubble. And that's the last time I had dinner with Barney Rubble.
There's a large variety of Launchpad McQuack fucking Scrooge McDuck imagery out there.
In your liked folder.
In my liked folder. Well, and I have to say, what's sort of funny, Launchpad McQuack, like the commonality between all these different like fanfic porn things of him, like he is like a muscle top in every single one of these. Like Launchpad McQuack is like, he is like the alpha male of cartoon porn. You've never seen a cartoon porn fanfic like Launchpad McQuack. He's really getting it out there.
I saw a thread that says, if it exists, where is porn of Launchpad McQuack? Oh my gosh.
You see it?
Wow. Well, at least Texas will let you watch cartoon porn. Good Lord. I was expecting to get another notice, but here it is.
Launchpad he's kind of like a gay icon, I feel like, at this point, just looking at all these pictures, right?
I guess I didn't search gay porn. I just searched regular, but wow. I mean, I hate that I even look at cartoon porn and think, God, I need to work out. That's the first thing I think. I know. I'm like, God, am I jealous of a duck? I'm like jealous of a duck now. That's where we're at.
The real question is there any porn of what's the name of the lady who was like their she was like their housekeeper, Mrs.
I don't know. We watched different cartoons. I wasn't into I don't even know who Launchpad McDuck is. Well, now I do.
Launchpad. He was the pilot for the DuckTales. He had a vital role in their transportation.
He was the transportation secretary of DuckTales.
Yes.
Okay, so Wes goes through all of his porn, and it tracks, even though we can't hear what it is. And he's like, yeah, I think my taste is too forward to go backwards to tan lines. I don't even think that would do anything for me. And now we're back to the girls, and they're like, look at my first dream catcher. Girls' dinner.
Yeah, they're having a much more innocent time over there. And so they're putting together their whole thing. And then Sierra goes outside. By the way, in the first half of this episode, all of the microphones are janky. Like, it's like, I don't know, I feel like half of them, their mics aren't working or whatever, because now they go outside. And this conversation, like, clearly their mics aren't working, so they have to use some sort of like stationary mics, and all you can hear are cicadas. So it's like in the background during this entire scene. But Sierra goes outside. And Amanda's like, this party is making me sleepy. Well, I mean, no surprise there.
And by this party, I mean live. And so now they're gossiping about Lexi and Jesse. Are they boyfriend and girlfriend, or are they just exclusive? What does it mean? And Sierra's like, I mean, if they're boyfriend and girlfriend, I'm like, you guys are like exclusive and boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, yeah, they are. And Lindsay's like, well, but he's like secretly telling her, he's like, I consider you my girlfriend, but then in public he'll only say we're exclusive. So what's that about?
And Amanda's like, yeah, but like, that's the thing. He's bringing up things to us that he's like worried about. Like, oh, I see all these like yellow flags or whatever we'll call it. So we see now all the flashbacks of the yellow flags that Jesse's talked about with Lexi. For instance, she was like, are you still going to comment on girls' Instagrams? And for instance, she was like, I'm scared she's like a jealous girl. At least Jesse was like that. So she's jealous and she doesn't like him talking on Instagram to other girls.
Yeah, and put together like that, you really see how he is going to everybody in the house, being like, isn't Lexi crazy and jealous? Like, he's really trying to start this huge whisper campaign against somebody that he's dating. And I think they come up with their own theories later. I think he's doing it so that he could use this girl up, and when he's ready to spit her out, he could be like, I told you guys she's crazy. Look how she's acting.
Yeah, always. That's always what they do. So so then Amanda's like, well, I kind of feel like the conversations we're having with him, they're like different. Sierra's like, yeah, do you think that Wes knows about the red flag talk? She's like, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a very weird position because I love Jesse, but I also love being messy. Messy, Jesse. Which one do I choose? I choose messy because, I love that he's able to confide in us. But then also at the same time, I don't like talking about what's her name again? Lexi behind her back.
She's my friend. If she's your friend, go to Jesse and say, why the fuck are you telling everybody? Why are you trying to make this girl seem crazy or do it together? But she's like, I'm tattletelling. So then we go to Lexi on the couch with her. We just see Lexi on the couch with her phone and Gabby's with her. And she's like, Jesse's texting me like random fucking gibberish. And so then we cut to the boys getting hammered. And so they come home. And of course, West is making a TikTok, because that's what he does. He's like, this was like coming home at 3 a.m. I'm making food. When do you get
Kyle
too old
starts
to make drunken TikToks about coming home and eating?
I don't know. But Kyle, here's a better question. When do you get too old to come home drunk late at night and turn on all the speakers at the house and start blasting music? Because that's what Kyle does.
He's like airplaying it to his bed speaker. So Amanda calls him and she's like, oh my God, you turned the speaker on. Enough of the music, Kyle. So now they all go to bed because he got yelled at. He got terribly yelled at.
It's shocking that it didn't turn into a huge explosion like it would have last season. But he instead was like, sorry, Amanda. And then chills out. So it's sort of wild.
It's a medication commercial.
That's right.
Side effects, you end up with Kyle and do nothing about it. Okay, so there's some of the side effects of what this medication does. Complacency in a relationship that should end is one of the side effects. Oh, and also loose stools. But otherwise, doing great, feeling great. So then Carl goes into bed and does his typical, hey, man, are you sleeping? I just wanted to say goodnight. Hey, I go to sleep. Are you sleeping? Amanda, did you go to sleep? All right, let's go to sleep.
So it's the next morning, and everyone's coming downstairs. Schwartz is cleaning, and he's like, there's no need for that much ranch ever. So he really still has some PTSD from Katie that he's working through.
He does. He's just walking through saying things that he said in his marriage.
Yeah. And so then Amanda and Sierra comes into the room and she's like, oh my God, you made your bed, Amanda. What's going on? She's like, I don't know what I'm doing with myself. These new meds, they're crazy.
So now they're talking about Paige and they call her and Paige doesn't have any makeup on. They're like, oh my God, is Paige okay? She's not wearing any makeup in a car. But she's okay. She's like, yeah, I feel good. How are you? And Sierra's like, yeah, I mean, people are setting up our party. And so Paige basically tells us that I pride myself as someone who's very in touch with my body. I feel like I know when it's hot, and then I feel like I know when it's hot. And so that's pretty much it. Some days I wake up and I feel like, is my thigh gap as gappy as it should be? And then I know I'm in trouble. So I took a day off.
Sometimes, I'm really in touch with my body. So for instance, when I go to Charleston, my body's like, ew, disgusting, get me out of here. And then when I'm in New York, I'm like, this is the best place ever. So I just was thinking about Charleston. I was like, I really can't move right now. I'm paralyzed by the disgusting thought of having to move down there someday in my life.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So now they have to go build a trampoline. They're still building shit for this party. Then kitchen voice. Kitchen voice. Kitchen
voice.
Jesse comes
kitchen
in.
Voice.
Kitchen voice, everybody. Please. Hey. Make it a family room voice. Softer.
Club Sunday voice.
So Sierra's directing the boys to make a trampoline. Really, nothing is happening on this show. Let's face it. Let's just fast forward to things happening. It's a bunch of people saying hi. The only thing that's happened is Carl jerks off to tan lines, which was enjoyable. I'm not going to lie. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. So, so then meanwhile, Paige finally arrives and everyone's like, oh my God, thank God Paige is here. And she walks in the house. She's like, hi, everyone. Your icon has arrived. And everyone says hi. And she's like, oh my God, Tom Schwartz, I didn't know you were coming. Thanks for coming to our first annual Snooze Fest. You can take all my bags upstairs. Thanks so much. Bye. I won't talk to you the rest of the weekend.
Wow. How funny that you came on Bedbug Weekend when you actually look like a victim of bedbugs constantly. Please put this comb through your hair before you talk to any of my friends. Thank you.
So everything's happy and fun. They're putting together they're putting together this trampoline and stuff. And so Lexi is sitting there. She winds up talking to Amanda. And Lexi thinks it's just gonna be another conversation. Little does she realize she's about to receive some good old Amanda mess. So Amanda's like, so I'm like really sweaty. Look how drenched I am under here. I'm like, Amanda, you're wearing a sweatshirt. What is going on with the people on Bravo this week? Why are they wearing so many sweatshirts during hot, humid air?
And then being surprised that they're hot.
Yeah.
So Gabby's there too, and she decides that now's the time to drop the hammer. So she's like, I mean, I'm just asking how things are with Jesse because, you know, things are weird with him and Sierra, you know, but like with you, he talks about these quote unquote yellow flags, which is a term that I coined earlier, but for some reason, I'm just going to make it part of the house vernacular now. And, you know, he was saying that she didn't want you commenting on girls' photos. And then last weekend, he said you asked about all the girls that he follows. And then he said that, you know, he keeps trying to get pet bunnies and you start boiling them. I mean, it's just really weird. Did you put an air tag in his shoe? Do you have cameras following him around in his kitchen? Is it Sliver? Is it Jesse Sliver? What's happening?
Neither of those things are true. Like okay, with the following the girls thing, it was like after Toegate, okay, and I get like so many DMs about like red flags that like I should be aware of with Jesse. Like he started following all these girls like literally since you and I started talking, and it's just like weird. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe I should give weight to things that people are saying. Oh my God, how could you even say that phrase? We don't say that in the summer house. I'm sorry, I won't say that phrase ever again.
So, but she says neither of those things are true. But then she says, yeah, the following girls thing, I told him to stop following all these girls. I mean, it is. I think the thing, I guess what I'm nitpicking is I just wish she would be like, why are you spreading this to all these girls and like shit talking behind my back, you know? But she's explaining, and I think that she has a right to be like, what the fuck? Why are you following? If you're dating someone and they start following like 20 really hot, like kind of sexy accounts, you're going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, especially if there's all these red flags about Jesse, that he's just like a fuckboy, he doesn't take things seriously. So maybe she's saying, hey, like I have these doubts about you because your reputation precedes you. So when you're following all these like Instagram thoughts, you know, it kind of makes me wonder, like, is this reputation true? Like, it makes me feel a little unsettled. And I think that's a reasonable thing to say in the beginning of the relationship at the very least. And he's making it seem like she's saying, like, you have to stop following every single person on Instagram. You can't follow girls, when she's probably like, yo, I've heard about you. So like you need to prove to me why you're not like what people say about you.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, obviously what Amanda's saying is, so you're not stalking him. And she goes, no, the listeners or the viewers were stalking him and they just told me about it. And she's like, oh, okay. So then you're getting messages from people. And she goes, yeah. Okay. So what was the other thing? So the other thing is commenting on girls' photos. And she's like, no, like all I said is like, I want you to hype girls up, but like nonstop, like seriously all day. Like I want you to wake up and start hyping the girls, but maybe don't be like, you're like the hottest girl that was ever fucking born on the planet, because like I'm insecure about boobs. So you get it? And Amanda's like, okay, well, I mean, my soul was hurt, but I guess I understand. Your soul was hurt. Have your husband comment once in a while. Why is your soul hurting? Tell your soul to stop hurting.
So Lexi tells us that she just wished Jesse would have come to her with all these things, and that way they could have had an adult relationship conversation about it. Instead, she feels like he's only told like his perspective to everyone in the house and made her look kind of like a crazy one. And it's a shitty situation for her to be in, especially from the guy that she's actually dating.
Yeah. So then Amanda's like, I mean, I don't want to make it a thing. And she's like, no, I want my girls to bring things up. Like, you're my girls, right? Like, I love it. It was like a therapy session with my girls. And so Amanda's like, yeah, like, your side. What?
They're like, well, let's not say that we're necessarily girls just yet. We're just happy that you're on the show, and we're just trying
No,
to
we're
get a
like bed
storyline
bugs. We're
going.
like girls. We're like girls who like beds, right, guys? I'm like,
Yeah, maybe not, not quite yet.
Here, we've got this cot for you. We've got this cot for you. It's over there. It's at the edge of the. It's at the edge of the yard. So they're telling her, yeah, he's making this narrative that's making you sound crazy, basically. So it makes sense what you're saying. And she's like, yeah, because like I haven't done anyone. He's the one getting his toe sucked, you know? And then like during the week, he's like FaceTiming me nonstop and calling me nonstop and sending me videos nonstop. I mean, it's almost to the point, like too much. Like I need to live.
No, wow. So, because it really has, we've seen Jesse being really strong with her, but like the vibe has been that like Lexi's been really into him too. Like the narrative interrupted was that she was super into him and that she was sort of making him close down all other avenues in his life. And now we're seeing that actually she's like, whoa, this is coming out a little strong for me.
Yeah, so Amanda's like, well, it looks like he's the jealous one, and he doesn't want to talk about it, so he's like projecting it onto you. And she goes, yeah, like, how about fuck yellow flags? How about I have a huge red flags for you?
I'll still keep dating you, though. So then we go to commercial. And now it's time to get ready for the party. And Kyle is, he's going to be doing like a fertility test. He's like, yo, Schwartz, you did a fertility test, right? But like you went into like a doctor's office to do it, right? And he's like, yeah, I did. It was scary. I got a kid. So he's going to be checking his sperm because he got some sort of flag on his blood work. And he wants to make sure he can have babies someday with Amanda.
Sir, your sperm is trying to snort something. We're not really sure what that's about. I like when we saw the flashback of Tom and Katie when he got his. Because remember that episode when Tom's like, I'm going to get a sperm test. Tom Sandoval's going to come over and help me jack off. Okay, honey?
Yeah.
And then they finally test his sperm, and the lady's like, your sperm is flat-headed. Okay, you've got mushy-headed sperm. You've only got 4% of your sperm that doesn't look like it's been beat over the head with the pan. He's like, wait, that can't be good. And Katie's just looking like, of course he has flat-headed sperm.
Yeah, of course Schwartz's sperm were totally inept. But then wasn't there a lot of discussion about like, well, you only get that kind of sperm if you are like drinking this much or whatever, doing these drugs, or wasn't there a whole discussion about that afterwards? I have vague memories of that.
Yeah, he's
I
didn't drink this. I didn't drink for breakfast. I'm making such an effort, babe.
So they're talking about fertility tests, and I love Kyle finally deciding to get a sperm test when he's like 40. How old is he? Like in his 40s. He hasn't thought of it. Amanda's been asking for a baby for 10 years now. He's like, oh, yeah, 42. I just started taking up DJing, so it's time to have a baby.
But now, ironically, she doesn't seem to really want to have a baby. So,
which is, I think, why he's doing it. Don't you?
Yeah.
Now she has no interest in a baby. So all of a sudden he's like, well, we're not going to have a baby, but I'm going to get my sperm tested. Look at all the effort I'm making, Amanda.
Well, how am I going to raise a little DJ Tiesto if we don't have a little baby in the first place? So they are, he's talking about blood work and everything. So now he goes to jerk off, and then he goes off to take a nap. And then Jesse goes slinking into Lexi's room for a little cuddling. And she's just scrolling on her phone, and she's not her normal ebullient self. And he picks up on it, and he's like, hey, can I have a hug? She's like, mm-hmm. Are you okay? Yeah. What's wrong? Nothing. It's has to do with me. It's fine. Oh, which I love. I love seeing Jesse, like the sad golden retriever, like slink out of the room. He knows he did something wrong, but he can't figure it out. And he literally can't even like connect any sort of dots to understand where he went wrong. It's so entertaining to me.
Yeah. So then we see Kyle putting a box in the mailbox. So, Kyle's still got it with himself. He can go in there. There was some Fred and Barney porn he was watching. He's done.
He did it. And he honestly, I was oddly impressed with how quickly he like prioritized getting that into the mail. I guess you probably have to go pretty quickly, but he was like, boom, this is getting in the mail right now. I feel like if I had done it, it would have like waited, and then like 3 hours later I would have gone. I was like, okay, I'm gonna consolidate this with going to the grocery store.
No one is your spermatozoa.
You guess you got to get that on the road.
Yeah. So Jesse's upset now, and he's telling Wes,
Something's wrong with Lexi. I think it's related to me. I don't know what it is, bro. I mean, she just says she doesn't want to talk about it.
So then Paige tells us about her party, and she's like, having a snooze fest party is like, it's what I've worked my entire life for. So everyone's going to bed. The end. They told me I had to have a party. This is it.
Wait, no. Actually, the other thing that I worked my entire life for is having the best party in the entire world and not inviting Craig to it. Ugh, God, dream fulfilled.
So now West is in the giant bed with Paige and Amanda, and they're joking like, why is he always trying to get into bed with us? And West is like, guys, you know why Jesse's in trouble again? I mean, I think it's with Lexi. And Amanda's like, oh, I think that's my fault. I just can't stop trying to help people.
Yeah, classic Amanda. And so she's like, well, when I was blowing up the balloons, she was like, she was with me. So I told her about the conversation about the yellow flags. Oh, yeah. And how she's already made him unfollow girls on Instagram. Yeah. And I said that to her. And she's like, I never asked him to do that. She said, I get DMs about him all the time and I don't believe it. And there's like two sides to every story. And it sounds like he's making her to sound jealous. One from her side. It's him that's the jealous one, Kyle.
He's like, but it is jealous though. And she's like, but he's playing it cool and then saying passive aggressive things to her. And Paige is like, yeah, like those little passive aggressive comments are like pure insecurity. I mean, unless they're like hilarious and about Craig, in which case they're comedy. So, there's a fine line. You have to learn to walk it.
You have to know your audience first and foremost.
Is it hurtful or is it a hobby? Or is it a hurtful hobby? There's many different ways you could break things down. Stop questioning me. What? I didn't say anything. Shut up.
Sorry, I'm having a monologue. I needed to have a beat on Friday. I'm sorry. So then West is like, I'm sorry. So Amanda's like, that's what I'm saying. He's like playing it cool and she's like jealous and she's all over him. She's obsessed with him. And we keep asking about the girlfriend, the boyfriend thing. And it's kind of her that's like hesitant on it, not him. And West is like, oh no. And he's laughing because he knows this could be ridiculous drama. And it's not going to involve him for once.
But he's also starting to see it because he's like, well, yeah, it is kind of weird because on the drive here, he said, like, I'll catch you in a little. And I'm like, babe, we're going to be at the house in a fucking hour. Okay. And she's like, oh, God, I didn't take him as that type. Gross. That is disgusting. And he's like, I didn't take him as that type either. And Amanda says, yeah, well, he's playing it like he's cool, but she's saying that he's jealous and he's all over her all week and won't give him a break. And she just wants to get to work. So... And then we're asking about the girlfriend-boyfriend thing. And she's like, no, I'm the hesitant one, not him. And Wes is like, no. Wes is like, oh, my God. How do I have this real discussion with the person I call Beast? Oh,
goodness. So meanwhile, Lindsay is approaching a bartender to make a non-alcoholic Aperol spritz. She's like, this is a great party for me to be at because I can sit down and take a nap and it won't be questionable. And I'm tired and I'm feeling really tired these days. And also notice the way that I can get a non-alcoholic drink without being super annoying about it. Okay, thank you.
And Carl comes like, oh, we're in pajamas. We're like pajama pirates.
And I love Gabby's costume. She's dressed like a little sheep. It's so cute. But I have to wonder... So Gabby's dressed like a sheep, which is cute. And then like Amanda, Sierra, and Paige, they're all dressed. They're in a group costume. They're bedspreads. And I wonder, do we think at this point everyone just knows that the three of them are a little clique? Or like I kind of feel like I would be like, I don't know, like there's something about it's one thing to do like a duo, a double costume, but when you start getting to a triple costume, I don't know. I think I might feel a little left out if I were Gabby.
Well, Lindsay's also
Gabby
a teddy
just
bear.
knows.
Yeah, Lindsay's a teddy bear, and Lexi, it's the three girls party. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they are a clique, but I don't know. Gabby,
I guess it's the question
care.
is how much is it like accepted? I guess it's probably completely accepted at this point, right?
That they're a clique. Yeah. And they're like the three longest besides Lindsay, but they always kind of leave Lindsay out, But the bed's their thing. So they're like the bed clique girls, okay? Gabby gets up.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't be part of the bed clique. She does things. She does more stuff. You wouldn't know it from watching this show, but she does go out and stuff. So then they've made like chest pieces, like bikini top things out of sleep masks, which kind of look like maxi pads, but you know, it's cute.
Yep.
And then they do their group pictures and stuff. And Kyle's like, congratulations, welcome to the first annual Snooze Fest. God damn, living your best bed life, right? All right, yeah, bed bugs on 3. 1, 2, 3. I just came again. Amanda, catch it.
I'm out. So then Jesse and Lindsay are talking, and Lindsay's like, I'm so much more comfortable now. And he's like, yeah, you look cute too. Maybe even cuter than before. I'm like, damn, you're even flirting with Lindsay now. So then there's just more stuff going around and everything. And then Lindsay's back to them flirting, and Lindsay's like, so what are you doing? He's like, I don't know. Like, what the fuck? Because like you and Lexi are in a question mark. He's like, no, she's just giving me like I'm still processing if I'm upset with you, and I really want to talk to you about it. And I'm like, what did I even do? She's so crazy and jealous. Am I right?
Yeah. She's like, talk to her. You're really boring me. So then West comes, and he's like, yeah, you look great. So Lexi comes, and then Jesse pulls her aside to have a talk.
I'm just so impressed by
another 5-minute segment of hi.
Just anyone who's listening to this recap, it's like, okay, so then Jesse is here, and now Lindsay's here, and now Lindsay's left, and Jesse's talking to Wes. There's some episodes of Summer House where the narrative is like very clear, and there's some where they just are just moving around nonstop, and like all we can say is that now they're talking over here, you know?
Yep. And then they say hi, and then they say hi, and then they say hi. So Lexi and Jesse are here for the talk. So Lexi is like, there's things that are brought to my attention, like you're low-key talking about shit behind my back. And he's like, wait a minute, what was brought to your attention today from these crazy people in this house? What is it? So she's like, yellow flags. I've never even heard the term yellow flags, but apparently somebody coined it today, and I do not appreciate it. And so she's like, what are you making me look crazy? You're a red flag, sir, and you had your toe sucked. And he's like, oh my God, the dumb drunk toe decision. When are we gonna let it go?
Yeah, but you got mad at her for everything with Wes last week. And so that proves that she, like, you actually, I think by him getting mad about like her keeping Wes standing up straight, it actually re-enters Toegate into evidence because it just shows a crazy double standard that he's holding against her.
Well, it just shows that his manipulation tactics suck, because he was thinking if he did that, that would be his way to get her off his ass about Toegate, because he'd be like, you're just as bad as me because you did this. So she'd have to drop it. But then it blew up in his face because he looks crazy by even making that comparison.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah, but like from what I've been told, like from when I'm not here, you act single, and everyone's telling me like Jesse flirts too much, and like you should not be his girlfriend until he stops that. He's like, I can't control what my idiot friends say. I know that.
This is where I started running into problems with this confrontation, because that's not the fight. Like that's not even what everybody talked about really with her. I thought that I want her to go in on him being like, she's crazy to everybody, and like building this narrative, she's crazy. Why does he talk to every person in the house and suggested that she's completely insane and stalking him? That's just nuts. So I was like, stay strong. Don't make it about flirting. Don't make it about flirting. Get him on the evidence. But it was still fun watching her tell him off.
I think it's okay because she has a really good argument, which is like, you're saying there's all these yellow flags about me and you're making me look like the crazy one. You have all the red flags. You're the one that's flirting with people in this household. You're the one that's still doing X, Y, and Z. And I'm still being chill with the fact that you have red flags. And yet I have quote unquote yellow flags. And you're going to go talk to the entire house about me and kind of make me look on national TV like I'm a possessive, jealous bitch.
Yeah. So he's like, well, it's just that everything's just happening so fast right now, and she's like, okay, then let's slow it down. And he was not expecting that. He was like, what? Because he's had the upper hand so far, at least on screen. And so he's like, what? And she's like, well, I mean, everything's so fragile because of your actions and what you're doing. And he's like, I'm just like, is she done with me? And she goes, okay, well, have I done anything to make you feel how I feel right now? And he's like, no. She goes, okay, well, no one's saying anything about me that I'm flirting because I haven't done anything to you. But you give me reason to feel insecure. And I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody that I can't trust. Bend it. Bend it like Becca, bitch.
Yeah, so he's like, oh, he has that big old frown on his face. So then she's like, all day long, I've been getting these little pieces of information that's just like seeming like that person. Like, listen, it's just not seeming like the person that I want to be dating. Like, and now that you've given me a reason to not trust you, now I'm gonna like listen to what other people say, including Paige, who is way more popular than you are. And he's like, but this is just like making me really resent my friends, which is like the first thing that someone like this will do, which is like attack all the people around them who are just like observing with their eyeballs like anyone else would.
Yeah, and he was also trying to use his friends as a weapon against her, but they thwarted his mission, and so now it's their fault. So it's like, I mean, what? Like, am I just supposed to be a robot and not talk to my friends about my feelings? I mean, they ask me what's going on. I'm an open book, okay? And she's like, okay, now you're an open book.
You just said that you have to like.
She's like, that's not fair. Don't bring up books to me. Do not bring up books to me. You know that I'm insecure about that.
But also, like, he's just on the one hand, he's saying, like, oh my God, my friends are like, this makes me really resent my friends. I hate my friends. Well, what do you want me to do? Not talk to my friends and be a robot? Which one is it? Do you want to get closer or farther away from your friends?
Yeah. So he's like, I'm trying to temper my emotions. I'm doing that. She's like, okay, other people are saying you're taking it too far. And everyone's saying it looks like your intention is to hook up with somebody. And I literally look stupid. And he's like, well, they won't say it to my face. So I don't know what to tell you. All right, I'm going to go talk to them. Okay, I'm going to go talk to them. She goes, okay, but it's annoying that you're like, I have to be a robot now. Like, no one wants you to be a robot.
She's also like, and she's right to be annoyed because he's now again like creating this narrative like, oh wow, look how crazy she is. She just wants to suck the soul out of me. So that way I like, in order to be in the relationship, the things that make me great, my shining personality, I've gotta like suppress it. And she's like, no, I didn't say that. Like, I didn't say anything like that. You're going around and you're talking shit about me. And I heard about it basically.
So then we go to West watching this, and he's like, oh my God, is Jesse getting his fucking shit cooked right now? Get me a bandana. Get me a bandana. So we cut back to them, and Jesse's like, we have a genuine connection. I thought we were going to leave this weekend being like, now we're boyfriend, girlfriend. And he's like, I'm not giving up on this by any means. I'm just like telling you. And he tries that again. Like, now I don't know if I'm going to be your boyfriend. And she's like, yeah, well, I want a relationship where I can trust my person. Like, I'm not trying to beg for a relationship. So.
Yeah. So then we see West and Tom they're doing like an ice luge, and they like pour the booze down the ice luge, and Tom misses the ice luge, which is so Tom Schwartz. And then we see Carl and Sierra talking sort of on this area that's going to be the dance floor. And Sierra's like, hey, Carl, what's going on? He's like, hey, what's this square patch of land supposed to be with all the lights around it? A dance floor. Like when it gets dark out, it becomes a dance floor. That's how dance floors work. Oh, yeah, wow.
Looks dangerous.
Pretty cool. Yeah, it's scary. It's just I'm taking it like, it's been a while since I've been on a dance floor, so I'm just taking it one step at a time. It's just like really, it's a lot right now. I'm just trying to go slowly, dip my toe into the dance floors.
But I'm really trying to talk myself up into like doing some groovy moves with the young people, which I'm one of. Dance beast.
This dance floor looks very dangerous. It's like strings of lights that are hanging from trees all the way down to the floor. Someone is going to get wrapped up in that and die.
Yeah,
right now.
There will be a death.
You need to watch out, children. So he's like really into Sierra, and she's just kind of checking in with Carl. I feel like Sierra is a nurse, and so she's good at checking in. Like, are you doing okay? Did anybody come see you today? Do you need some more juice? Okay, great. I'll see you later. And like, she loves me. And so Carl's like trying to go through it in his head for Sierra, and he's like, yeah, I've hung out with a few girls this summer. Lil's mom. Lil and her mom. But, like, honestly, they're not Sierra. And I haven't met anybody up to this point who can take my pulse quite like Sierra. So, God, I'm going to tell her. When she walks into the room, I'm like, oh, yeah, she's a babe. I wonder what she would be like if she just put 2 Band-Aids over her nipples and then got a lot of sun.
Being a single Carl and just wanting to, like, overshare and overcommunicate, I feel like I should just tell her. But, like, because when she walks in the room, I'm like, yeah, she's a babe. She's such a babe. But I'm scared to tell her it's a big step. I'm just getting used to this whole thing again. I haven't been dating for 5 days, so it's really scary right now.
So Lindsay sees Paige and she's like, oh my God, like it's Paige. And you know what I was thinking earlier when you weren't here? I was like, where's Paige? Because like Paige wasn't here. And then so I was like, guys, Paige isn't here. And then I heard myself and I was like, oh my God, she's right. Paige isn't here. Are you okay? Because you weren't here. And Paige is like, yeah, I was just feeling anxious and overwhelmed. And if one more old person asked me a question, my head was going to pop. But you're okay. Pop. My head just pops. You see, I warned you. Don't say I didn't warn you. You were about to be covered in brains.
How are you feeling? How is your geriatric pregnancy going? I'm good. I'm like, oh shit, there's like 3 months and like I'm having a baby. Yeah, well, I just want to remind you that the 2-hour season finale of Matlock is this weekend. So put those feet up and relax, honey. Oh, good. I guess that's, why are you telling me that? I just thought it'd be good for your age range.
By the way, I tried watching that 2-hour season finale because I watched the first couple and it just got so bad. And Kathy Bates is so good. She's so good, but God, she deserves a better show. The acting is terrible. The writing of that show sucks. I just wanted to go save Kathy Bates. I was like, someone help Kathy Bates. I couldn't even watch the finale, okay? That's very sad. It's Kathy Bates.
I feel vindicated. I
know, because you told me and I was like, no, it'll get better. It's Kathy Bates. You got to support Kathy Bates.
I bailed before the first episode was over and I got deep. I got 45 minutes in the episode. Can you imagine getting 45 minutes into the episode and not finishing it? That's how bad I thought Matlock was. It was bad. And I was okay for like a CBS procedural thing, but I was like, no, this is supposed to be a certain way. Like this is supposed to be Kathy Bates being sassy and like charming people and being great. And instead, it was like a lot of these other generic CBS actors just coming in doing clips. And I said, no,
acting,
ma'am.
The acting is just so rough. Were you guys paying her so much that you just like took people off the street? Like, come on, man, make an effort.
Yeah, it's the side characters that killed it.
I love that we're making Lindsay old people jokes, but then we can still go off and talk 10 minutes about Matlock, the true old people of some house.
Truly.
So anyway, this conversation was cute. Like she catches up with Lindsay, but they are still kind of awkward. They're like, okay, well, that was fun. Do you want me to bring you a Pop-Tart before I leave the room? Okay, crazy lady. Just keep the TV running. Not too loud. Don't forget to wrap yourself in a blanket. Jesus Christ.
So Jesse and Jesse's like, they're still talking. And Jesse's like, all right, well, I wish we were ending this conversation on a better note, but I don't want to miss this whole party, which is really what you want to hear from the guy that you're trying to work things out with in your relationship.
Yeah. So then Lindsay comes up to Paige and Lindsay, and they start gossiping about the talk over there. And Paige is like, oh my God, well, they're just getting up now. I thought they were fighting. I mean, give me something juicy. Like, I mean, she needs to slap him or something. And Lindsay's like, they're going in different directions. Hold on, that's not a great sign. Lexi, come here.
For the first time all season, the veteran girls have summoned Lexi to sit with them. So Lexi comes over and sits down, and Lindsay's like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. It's just like, it's frustrating. Like, there's nothing that I can do to change things. It's like only in him. And like, he keeps saying like, oh, our friends are stirring the pot. Like, our friends are stirring the pot. And like, I don't believe that. And Gab's like, no one's stirring the pot. Like, literally no one's stirring the pot. Like, I looked and there's like no pots here, so they can't even be stirred in the first place. And we're just like regurgitating the shit that he's telling us.
Yeah, I was like, stop being mad at the middleman. So then we go to West and Jesse in the kitchen, and Jesse's depressed. You know, he's like, I'm just like dumbfounded. Like, am I the biggest idiot ever? Yes. Let's just pause this for everybody to, at the same time, just say yes. Okay, play. Yes. Or is everything just getting taken out of context? So like people I think are my friends. I mean, what the hell? The girls are like starting shit with Lexi, you know? It's like, what the fuck? I sang them a Shabbat song. Like, how could they turn on me like this?
Wes is like, well, yeah, well, so that talk was a bad talk, huh? He's like, yeah, the whole thing was bad. It's just sad because I could be having so much fun at this party. And like, I don't want to be arguing with a girl that I'm exclusively dating. And I said to her, I thought we'd leave this weekend boyfriend, girlfriend, but now I'm here not having fun at the party. I mean, the biggest tragedy is not really even that the girl that I'm in a relationship with is not really happy with me. The biggest tragedy is I'm not having fun at this party, man.
Yeah, and he's I love that he's he's wielding this as a threat. He's like, yeah, I thought we were gonna end as boyfriend, girlfriend, but not now. Oh yeah, like that's all in your power. You have icked. You have icked this girl, sir. Stop acting like you have any say in this. So then Jesse still talks and tells him about the conversation. And West is like, Toegate is still relevant. And he's like, yeah, like when I try and defend myself, she's like, well, you got your toe sucked. And I'm like, dude, it was a joke. Dude, you were in a room with people having a threesome for 37 minutes. So please.
And you were on that bed. Yeah,
she doesn't even know the 37 minutes. Yeah, she doesn't even know that part. So
I feel like that's gotten totally lost in this. She was sitting on that bed for 37 minutes, meant that he was kind of like getting off on this. I'm sorry. First of all, I think it's
at the very least jerked off on some girls.
At the very least. Like that's weird. That's some weird ass shit. And and now what he thinks is just a joke. He knows that maybe the person that you're dating not so into that. So you should think about those things before you do them. So Paige is like, you know what? If the roles were reversed, and Gabby's like, chaos would ensue. Okay, well, get this. Last weekend, we were all at common ground, and like he was standing above me, and he was like holding me, and like whatever. And so like he's like drunk, like like Wes was, and I'm like just making sure that Wes is good. And so Jesse literally says to me, "Just so you know, how you were with Wes tonight is even worse than I was the weekend that you were away." And I'm like, but you let someone suck your toe, and I'm like hanging out with your best friend. And Paige is like, in front of you did that in front of him. Oh my god, disgusting. Ew, gross. You can quote me on that.
Yeah, he's trying to make you feel bad for calling him out on his ball shot. She's like, yeah, like people like, I mean, like there's yellow flags. Like what? Like I thought we moved through things. I mean, we're supposed to communicate. And Paige is like, yeah, you don't have a strong enough foundation. Okay. And that's coming from somebody who's literally dating a castle built on sand. So.
And then we cut to Jesse saying, every time something happens, I just feel like, are we even close? It's like, we don't even have a foundation. So they both seem to agree that they have no foundation in their relationships. So, and Wes is like, yeah, because don't forget, bro, you met her a month ago. So, yeah.
Hey, you guys having guy time without me? Is it dude time? Are we peeing on the floor? Let's just pee our dames. Come on, guys, get your dicks out. Like, all right, let's go back to the party. So then Paige and the girls are still with Lexi, and Paige is like, so do you really, I'm going to try and get my ooh face off, okay? Do you really like him? Am I still making ooh face? Yeah. Sorry, I can't help it because he's gross. She's like, I do like him though.
There's actually only one right answer, and I'm just going to keep asking it until you answer correctly. Do you really like him though? Yeah. Do you really like him though? Yeah. Do you really like him though?
Just answer like my face is saying. Constipation? You're close. You're getting warmer.
Sure, we'll accept that.
Yeah, well, if you already hate him, like it's only been a month and a half, try 3 years in a humid weather. Okay? You're not going to be able to handle this. Dump him. And she's like, well, but I'm like, did I make you feel lunky? And he's like, I don't know what to say. And she's like, okay, listen. And he said, I don't know what I have to say. I've changed so much for you, which is so stupid. And he has not changed a bit. And Paige is like, okay, if someone says that they had to change so much for you, you should walk away. You should walk away. And I'm using my accent right now, so that means I'm serious. Walk away.
Please don't fall into the terrible trap that I fell into. Get away before he traps you next to a cricket machine. Go, flee, run.
When your first birthday gift is a shitty $5 t-shirt with your name cricketed on the front, don't say I didn't warn you.
And that's it. That's where we leave off.
We end with Lexi's shocked face. Like, I can't believe that she's telling me to break up. Because, you're never supposed to say that when someone's venting about their boyfriend. But I looked at Paige is like, let's just skip a season and dump him now. Save yourself.
Yeah, let's just fast forward this, okay? So we'll see if Lexi. Well, I think that are they still together? Whatever.
No.
We'll see how it all pans out.
No,
I think
at the beginning of the season,
together.
I thought it seemed like they were still together, but no, I don't think they are because she's been making the rounds. Lexi's been making the rounds of interview shows and stuff, and it doesn't sound like they're together.
Love that. Well, they're shooting the reunion, I think today, right? So I guess we don't have too much more of the season left, but we'll see how it all. And it is August 15th. So what the fun part about Summer House is that you can literally do a countdown on the season based off of the top of the episode. You can see where they are in their summer. So we probably only have a few episodes left, but it's been a fun one, and we will catch everyone on the next episode.
Yeah, and it looks like next week we get to watch Lexi dump Jesse. So you're nearing hero status, ma'am. Keep up the good work.
Yes.
All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye. Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Our way is the Amber way.
It's the Foster and the Furious. It's Amanda Foster. It's always automatic with Ashley Auto.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Put your hands together for Carly Clapp. Catherine DiBernardo has our hearto.
Get on the right foot with Chrissy Offutt. Dana C. Dana Do. She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Etchels. We never miss her call, it's Diane Call.
Erin McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas.
Hava Nagila Weber.
You'll never hide from Heidi Eleanor Jones. I go, you go, we all go for Hugo. Jamie, she has no last namey. We could all learn from Jennifer Kearns.
She's our kind of mess, it's Jennifer Messer. Sipped some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
Knock, knock, knocking on Katie Manock's door. She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Get a bee in your bonnet with Lacey B.
Rigging the funk, it's Leslie Plunkett.
She gets an A from us, it's Lindsay D. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Fresh as a daisy, it's Maisie McHenry. We love her on the rocks, it's Melissa Cox. Megan Berg, you can't have a burger without the Berg.
This is Livin' with Michelle Vivian.
I love ya, Olivia Williamson. Tastier than Flanderson, it's Rachel Manderson.
She sure is swell, it's Raquel.
Yes, we canna, it's Savannah.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman. Let's share with Sharon Eldridge. The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors. She's VVIP, it's Amanda V. Can't lose when you're with Amy Baldwin.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides. Let's go into the woods with Guy Tubbs.
Who, what, why, where, and Gwen Pentland.
It's our queen, it's Queen Laifah.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall.
Know your worth with Jason Kurth.
We got our wish, it's Jen Plish. She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch. She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo.
She gets an A, it's Kelly B.
We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley. We're ride or die for Lisa Ryder Barron. She's a whiz, it's Liz Sarthy. Always killing it, it's Lola Alkalani.
The incredible edible Matthews sisters. She eases our woes, it's Melissa St. Rose. We're on the floor with Molly Dorset.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
There's a chance of meatballs, it's Rebecca Cloud.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke. Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
It's always a good time when you're wasting time with Bravo. She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.